Well, thank you so much for having me, Bonnie. I am so excited to have met you this week. It was like an answer to prayer, and that's how we're starting to move in 2022. It's going to be much more flowy and synchronistic, and I just want to come and share a few ideas for your listeners on how they can goal set for 2022 in a way that is amazing. I am the author of Treasuremapping with Feng Shui and NLP, and it was created a long while ago, but I'm thinking all these things are starting to reawaken and rebud for this new time that we're moving in. I was a little ahead of my time with where it came, but I'm honored to have this opportunity to share with you, Bonnie, some of the ideas that might be useful for igniting the passion of your clients, of your friends, of all the people that are in your life.
Oh, awesome. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I've been thinking about this all week and I'm like, I'm ready to get my everything like sorted out for the new year.
So you want me to tell you a little bit about how I came upon this idea?
Yes, please do. Please share it. And then if you'll help give us some kind of guideline that maybe we can start with that we can use, in the new year.
That sounds great. I trained in Feng Shui. It's Tibetan Feng Shui. It's Tibetan Black Hat Tantric Sect Feng Shui. Oh, at least almost 28 years ago. I started down this path, more of a holistic healing path, about 28 years ago. I got into massage. I trained in hypnosis. I trained in this stuff called NLP or Neurolinguistic Programming. It was, the times of your life when you feel like you just need to fill your toolbox with new things. And that's what happened about 28 years ago for me. My life totally shifted off of the path that I was on, and I'm now on this holistic healthcare path. I also trained as a life coach from Ultimate Coach University. So I just started adding to my toolbox different things. And I was living in a tiny apartment in San Antonio. And I'm like, well, what are you doing with all this, Jan? You've got training in Feng Shui, NLP, hypnosis. I'd been studying the law of attraction for years. I'd been studying affirmations for years. And I'm like, why don't you create something so you can get where you wanted to go? Because I wanted to move back to Utah. And I don't know, some of your older people might have heard the name Catherine Ponder. She was big back in the 50s and 60s on affirmations. And I would say she's the queen of affirmations. And I read all the books by Esther Hicks and so forth. And so I got you get a great big whiteboard. Today, we're only going to work with a piece of paper this big to get started.
Oh.
But I got a great big poster board and decided that, well, why don't you do, when you do, let me ask your audience a question. They can ponder this. When you put a vision board together or a treasure map's just the older name for that, and you put it out as a collage, what kind of results will you get?
I'm assuming that you're going to meet all of your goals by putting it where you can visualize it.
You are, and that is one of the keys to it. And if you're going, now we've learned that what you put out into the world, you receive back, right? It's come to the place where in the movie The Secret, this book came out way before The Secret, but he imagined an elephant in the room and then it appeared. That is happening now. People are having instant manifestation with their goals. And I believe that 2022 is going to be one of those years. From a numerological point of view, when you put 222 added up, it comes to a 6. And a 6 is like a pregnant woman. So we are all pregnant with whatever it is that we're here to come and do and be in this world right now. Whatever we did before is a wonderful thing. And I think everybody's really coming into their authenticity, what they truly are here to do and be. It's shifting so fast. And if you have a guideline, and if you have something out in front of you, like not just a list, although a list is really, really good.
Yes.
If you have pictures, that goes into your subliminal brain really, really quick. And as long as you look at your vision board morning and night and give it lots of love, because that's the important thing. That's why people say, oh, vision boards don't work. It's because they didn't put their heart and soul into it. You've got to visualize it with your third eye, really see what it is you want to do from your heart, not from your head. Come down into your heart and down into your gut, because your gut never lies. It always tells the truth. And really dig in and see what's in there that only you can do, that you are bringing to the table, that you are contributing to the world. And by you becoming your best self, then that amplifies everything in the world. And we're going to change this world one person at a time, one vision board at a time.
I love it.
So let me tell you, I know some people are driving and they can't do this, so you'll have to do it when you get home.
Right.
But what you can do is you just start with a piece of paper, just a regular piece of paper, and then you fold it in thirds like this.
Okay.
Just like 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, and then fold it in thirds like this. So when you open it up, you have 9 quadrants. Do you kind of see the 9 quadrants there?
Yes.
So this is going to be your template for now. We're going to probably do a more in-depth session later, but for right now, to get you started and get you going, we want to give you something to get started with. So I'm going to show you, once you've made your pieces of paper like this into 9 quadrants, because you have created what's called a Bagua map. A Bagua map means 8 spaces. The one in the middle doesn't count. So then you're going to, at some point, put in this upper, on your side, it would be your upper left-hand quadrant, abundance, what it is you want to create that's going to create more wealth in your life. And it doesn't necessarily have to be financial. It can be, you want a wealth of happiness, you want a wealth of friends. We're moving past just money. There's abundance is a lot more than just money, but money is good too. I'm not saying anything bad about money. I love money. So, but we, as you see out in the world, we may change our whole form of financial system. So stay a little bit flexible, stay a little bit open to what it is that would make you feel abundant. And then in this middle top quadrant, put fame. Fame and reputation is what it is. Fame is not a very well translated word from the Chinese and Oriental philosophy, but it's your reputation. How do you want other people to see you? What is the face that you're showing the world? Then over on this side, relationships. Most of my clients, I've done lots of Feng Shui appointments with people and private coaching and so forth. It usually is they're having a struggle between wealth and relationships. If they put a ton of attention into making money, they forget about relationships. And if they put a ton of attention only into relationships, they tend to not make any money. Their focus is not there. So what this map does is it balances everything out, because what happens when I ask that question, when you throw something out as a collage, you're going to get collage results. So the advantage of making your vision board according to the Bagua map is it's all organized in little quadrants, just like the popular show on Netflix, the Home Edit. You're editing your life by organizing it into quadrants of what you want, and then you'll have a faster, better result. So then on the second shelf, you have health and family over here. So we all are, especially in January, we think about our health, our exercise, what we're eating. So this, of course, would be a great place to put down, you know, what kind of goals you have for exercise and your eating habits and so forth. This middle one is balance. This is the center. This is the earth. And I go into a lot more depth on that in my workshops and play shops. But for now, just this is where do you feel centered, grounded, and aligned with your truth? That's sometimes people will put, you know, the yin yang symbol, the symbol of that is a beautiful symbol, or whatever, a picture of Mother Earth there, or whatever makes you feel centered. And we go into the colors and everything. We'll do all the colors and that next time. But for now, just get this basic grid. Over here, you have creativity and children. So say you don't have any children, your projects are your babies. Your projects are your children. So don't get hung up on the children thing. And then let's see, I probably need to go back down into this corner.
Yes, the left
Is
bottom.
wisdom and knowledge. This is a good corner for if you want to study with someone, or you know, there's certain books that you want to read, or things like that. The middle bottom one,
mentorship as well, I guess. Mentorship,
yeah, would be great for here, especially mentorship that is someone that's helping you with this sort of thing, the life path and so forth. This middle bottom one is life path or career or legacy. So like I'm older, so I want to leave a legacy. I'm not as concerned about career. And then this corner is travel and benefactors. Travel, like where do you want to go in the world? And benefactors are people that can help you. So you could have your mentor over here or over here. So this,
you can have your mentor where? I'm sorry.
So this is a good one. The wisdom one and knowledge is good for your books, or if you want to study with someone, more of your intellectual pursuits. It can be also creative, but this is more creative. I'd say like going to college, or, you know, getting advanced degrees. Okay. Travel and benefactors. This is a beautiful corner. Yeah, for where you want to go. Mostly the people that have taken my classes, they manifest really fast in the travel corner. I'm sorry, it was underneath the thing.
You're perfect.
So you may have to pause the podcast and take a picture of this and then make this grid at home. So once you have your grid made, in each of these corners, you're going to want to put an affirmation. So affirmations, I'm sure a lot of your listeners know about affirmations now. You want to make sure that you put the affirmation in I am. When you say the words I am, those are the most powerful words in the universe. Like I am that I am. That's why it's powerful, because you are claiming your sovereignty. You're claiming what you want. You're really going for it. You're playing full out.
Okay.
So make sure you say like, I am abundant, or I am wealthy. I am profitable. I am prosperous. Something that is, and you have to make it, like I said, back to our bodies. You can't make it so out there that your body isn't supporting it. Like say, oh, I'm a millionaire. If your body is saying, no, you're not. You know, your body has to support your board. This is super, super important, because it's more than just visualizing what you want and writing down your affirmations. It's you creating a blueprint for your life. So this is very important that you totally feel it. And if you don't quite feel it, then just say, I am in the process of creating abundant wealth in my life. I'm in the process, because that's a little bit easier for those little resistant parts. And in my workshops and play shops, we go into those resistance parts with the NLP processes. That's that's the magic right there, because what usually stops people is limited beliefs, little old things that maybe came from your parents, like money doesn't grow on trees, those old kind of beliefs. We totally need to leave in the past, leave that. It doesn't get to come into 2022. You got it? So nothing prior to 2022, don't bring it. Just like my friend says, don't go there. Just leave it, let it go. You can do all kinds of ceremony. You can, burn it in a fire. You can send it down a river. There's lots of ways you can do it, or just do it in your mind. And like I say, we go into that a lot with the processes that we do in the class. So, okay, so fame and reputation, like Bonnie, you're out there, you're in front of people. How do you want them to see you? How do you want to come across to your audience? Confident and happy and fun, and you get the whole crowd going. So that's an important one for you. And the color for that is red, but we don't have time for colors today. Let's go into relationships, because that's the biggie. A lot of people are moving out of relationships that no longer serve them, and that's okay. Don't judge yourself or the other person. We're new people now. So you want to create in a relationship the person that you are reflected out. Okay, so whatever you want in another person, you need to create that within you. So that, like integrous or honest or authentic or good communicator, those kind of things, make sure you're doing it for yourself first, and then you'll be a match. You'll be a match, because everything is magnetic in the universe. So back over here to health, we talked about this a little bit. That's pretty easy. I am healthy. I am eating fabulously wonderful, nutritious foods, that sort of thing. Something that's doable. Don't make it so hard that you won't do it. And again, balance is groundedness. And I just had a client that really needed to ground, and I suggested to her, you walk on the grass, you walk barefoot, you can eat nuts or chocolate or grounded foods. If people are too far up in their head and they're spacey and so forth, go outside, hug a tree. I know it sounds corny, but it works. Try it if you haven't tried it. And then creativity. This is what we're doing. You're doing your creativity right now. You're coming up with ideas of how you want your future to look. This is fabulous. And don't give yourself any crap about, oh, I can't draw or I can't do this. You can cut out pictures from magazines. You can do that. I know you know how to use a pair of scissors. And then wisdom, like I said, like you were talking, Bonnie, some mentor, a life coach that resonates with you, that speaks your language, that you feel comfortable with. You can put a picture of them, or books, or seminars you want to go to, or workshops, people you want to study with. Like I studied with Joe Dispenza, and he was amazing. We talked about Joe Dispenza. He's amazing. Life path, career, legacy. Really spend some time on this, because we never know when our number is up, right?
Right.
And with these changing times, we need to make every single moment count. Every little person we meet, make sure we're smiling and giving them eye contact, and you never know what's going to happen. And then travel, that one's easy. Like I say, just put your pictures of Paris or Hawaii or wherever you want to go. You'll be amazed how quick this happens. So I hope you see the pattern here by organizing it in a nice, neat little boxes. It helps super creative people become more organized. It helps organized people become more creative. It's really amazing. And so the next time we meet, we can go into the bigger boards. I brought a bigger board today, but I don't want to overwhelm you today. This is enough. If you'll do this, write your affirmations in there. You can look up what a Bagua map looks like. And eventually, I think we'll have some
Beautiful.
Contact information for me. If you have any questions, you can contact me through Instagram. And we're just going to make the better world by making ourselves our very, very best. How about that?
I love this. I'm super excited. I cannot wait to get started on this. I've done only like the travel. Like I created many years ago this big poster board. And like you said, I went and cut out photos from magazines and all this of places that I wanted to travel. And do you know, I traveled to like a majority of them, like amazing places that I never thought I'd get to travel to, like Australia, Italy, a lot of Europe. And so, yeah, there is so much power in this. So I can't wait. And it has been such a blessing meeting you. And I just can't wait to see how we grow together.
I am excited too. Like I said, I had prayed that morning to put the right people in front of me that I can assist, and the right people that can assist me in my development, my goals, and what I am here to bring. And you're that person, Bonnie. And I'm so grateful and honored to meet you. And I'm excited about our future together because I want to be on more than one show. I'm really excited.
Well, I want you on more than this show. So yes, you're amazing. So yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.